This is a new era, bringing it all together. Getting your right mind, we grind, we do it forever. That's the only mission. Elevated thinking, it's a vision. Yeah, I'ma keep moving if this so hit. You can't stop me when I hop aboard the spaceship. Sit and watch as I make shit. I am not a human, I'm a living constellation.
Homie be like, yo, you heard this? Yo, that shit by Papoose is cool. But you heard this shit? You know what I mean? Like that.
Is anybody around here rapping like that?
Yeah,
is anybody on the East Coast rapping like that? No.
I don't.
Is anybody in the Midwest rapping like that? No.
Spose did the R's. Spose did R's.
Yeah.
He did a song with just R's.
But he didn't do the whole.
That was
the
a
whole
conversation
album.
I had after
Yeah.
that was like, yo, who else has done this?
Yeah.
And it's like maybe a handful
And I looked
of
it all
cats,
up.
Maybe a handful
Papoose,
of
Black Alicious, and then there was one other cat I ain't even heard of before that did something too like it. And he did a couple bars for each letter type of deal too, but didn't go as like
in depth.
Exactly.
Yeah. The one thing I
didn't limit himself as much.
But the one thing I like about yours is what you're saying still makes sense with what you've previously said. You can dissect each line and explain what each line means.
The only one that's gonna like strike people is the
it makes sense,
Calico kittens needing kegel and kissing,
right?
Kinky keys to keepsakes, keep kitchens kicking,
right?
Because that's a little abstract,
yeah.
But I could break it down and make it make sense,
right? Exactly.
You know what I mean, type of deal. And then the X is obviously like I even sent it to you. I was like, so this is what I'm saying, because if I didn't explain it, you'd be like, cool, bro. You know,
that's done. Nice.
Yeah.
It's Y and Z, motherfucker.
Yeah, but it's gonna be one of those where people have to like look stuff up, which is it makes them dive into it a little bit. Like, yo, what did he say?
Yeah,
and then it's like,
and like, and I did, man. I spent time and like did research on this.
Yeah, you have to.
Since like mid-September, it took a couple weeks off. Yeah, but like mid-September, so it's what January,
about to be February. Literally tomorrow.
So it's been like.
Who also has the balls to go for something like that
and make it make sense.
I'll just, like I said, I'll never do it again.
It's like one and done.
Yeah, I'll never go. I don't think I'll ever do Z to A. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
it'll be embedded in the discography for
forever. Man, forever, man. It'd be something, you know, something to throw at the end of a show. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, and I'm gonna be real. It gets my brain going too, cause I did XYZ and then like I wrote 24 bars to just a beat randomly. I started freestyling a little bit again, like. I mean, I also was watching mad interviews with Papoose going crazy, and then started like the Hot 97 freestyles in the Funk Flex.
Should I come hang out or like should I stay here? Like,
yo, I'm an idiot.
I was like, bro, stay. If you're writing, stay.
I did, man.
Stay there. And he texts me like 40 minutes later. He's like, done.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's all done.
Yeah.
Like,
done.
oh, okay, cool, bro.
So I made it made sense. I made it make sense. I made it make sense. I went and I didn't like use different words. The only word I say more than once is an A, and I say all twice. Other than that, I use different words the whole thing. I don't use the. I don't think more than once if I'm remembering correctly. Top tier, I got twisted thoughts transpired this. I don't think I used that. You know what I mean? And I've even thought about going back and maybe trying to find a way to get rid of the second all. That might be a thing. Now that it's done, I can go in and maybe tweak this here, tweak that. But it's done. You know.
It's done and done.
I might do another song with alliteration throughout it because I love alliteration. It's just like a big thing for me. Has a nice ring to my ears. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just say, so I might do more like a different track, but it's not going to be strictly whatever. But when I go through, it sparks, man. And then I was going through Papoose interviews, and then I landed on some Harry Mack stuff.
Yeah, like, Harry Mack will get you going. So you're like, yo.
Well, I landed on like
He was like, who else do I watch you motivate? I was like, fucking Harry Mack, bro.
And then he popped up, but it was like a how to train yourself session. Are we rolling?
Oh yeah.
Okay, word. All right. So it was like a how to train yourself session. and like he's going through and breaking down how he practices freestyling, and
I gotta watch that.
And I was trying to write it the most. Yeah, it's probably my history close enough. I'll be able to send it to you. And basically he's like, so practicing is different than performing, in the sense of when you're practicing, it's not supposed to sound good.
Yeah,
you're trying to work on the things you're not good at. And I was like, that's brilliant. Actually, I was like, what the heck? That's brilliant. Like seriously, it's simple, but it's brilliant. And so he's sitting there, and he finally gets into it after a while of talking and explaining things, and like starts freestyling like he does, and trying to implement the tactics that he has. And he's like, all right, so I'm trying to freestyle without using too many filler terms. Because every freestyle artist, you know what I mean, every off-the-top artist, myself included, we all got comfort lines. They're there, you know what I mean? It's sorry to give away the secrets, guys. You know what I'm saying? But
he's giving the game away. What are we going to do?
But like we
I
do.
always say I lost it, now I'll bring it back, and now I'm going to, get it. Fuck.
I'm trying to... I'm trying to think of mine off the top right now, but I'm really having an issue. It used to be MFer. I mean, mother all the time. It still is sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
Mine's like, I'm trying to say these things.
And
no one knows.
What it is.
No one knows.
You know what it is.
Now I'll bring it back. You know that I'm attacked, and I lost it again. Now I'll bring it back again.
Yeah.
And I'm
Or when I come through. I'm about, I think when I come through is a big one. When I come through, it's another big one, I ain't gonna stop. That's, man. I even write that a lot, man. I've been finding that about myself. I write about it's true. It's still, it remains true. It's always a true statement. But I'm like, I think we all get it. You're not gonna stop. Yeah, you're not gonna stop. It's already been, and when you're not gonna stop, you're definitely aiming for the top. You know what I mean? Like it never,
every time. I know,
dude. And when you come through, it is definitely going to drop. Because you keep it hot. It just never fails.
Everything that I've been through, that I've been keeping it true. I'm like, yes, we know.
Yes, I always keep it true. I don't know about you,
You find that, like, when you're listening to another artist perform, whatever, you can, like, finish what they're going to say because of what you do?
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I'd say.
Sometimes. I start, like, filtering in, like, words that
might work if you were saying it. Yeah. That's how I am.
I'm like, maybe then it's like, he said it. He said it. Yes,
I get that.
Yes,
I knew it was coming.
Or I'll like go back to dissect something and find something that the artist like should have said.
Yeah. Yo, I do that too.
Could have said better.
Yeah.
Or they'll say something. They'll say a word that I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah.
That was clever. It makes it stand out more to me too. You know what I mean?
Or like the lyrics are good, but like they could have flowed it much better.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, anyway, my bad, man. We got off, bro. So so Harry Mack, man, he was going through and basically he was like, when you freestyle, like, and you're going through and you're trying to get rid of the filler words, like, all right, cool. So now try and replace the filler word with like more descriptive about what you're about to rhyme with. So like say, that you're about to rhyme with seed. Like, I'm about to grow like a seed, you know what I mean? As opposed to like, I'm like a seed, or Michael Murphy III, I'm a seed, like whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And honestly, I took that even into writing after I was done with the video, is what I'm getting at. So because even writing, I do. I'll have filler lines till it's done. You know what I mean? It's a rough draft. I get through the song, get through the track, go through it, memorize it. This might sound better. Maybe I'll do this, whatever. It's the beauty in writing. You can tweak it.
Right.
As
long as you haven't put it out yet.
Exactly. And so I implemented that and I started to write some bars, getting back into it. Also being influenced by like the Papoose freestyles and everything. I was like, ooh. I'm feeling it right now. You know what I mean? Like I was on fire. And I was saying things I never would have said before. Like I started off as a freestyle. So typically I'll do that. I'll kind of like start off with a freestyle and I'll come up with like 2 to 4 bars that rhyme that I think are really clever, and I'll try and write them down to remember them.
Right.
And then from there, a lot of the time my brain gets caught up, and I'm like, okay, well then we're just gonna roll off. We're gonna roll off these 4 bars or whatever it is. And but instead, I took those 4 bars and like, I think I said like, oh, every time I come through, it's like I skate ice or something. Sounds very comfortable, very comfort zone kind of rhyme. And I think I had changed it something along the lines like I referenced when I skate on tracks, it's like Olympic athletes when they skate ice. I'm like, yo, that took me an extra 2 seconds to think of. You know what I mean? Like,
you'd be
all right, man. You know, so it's just nice to see sometimes that like even people that are doing it and are still, or not still, but are like doing it well or better than they were, like they've improved and they've grown to a different space. It's still good to see that hunger in them when that's kind of where I feel like I'm struggling sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I've been doing it a while and this and that, and I'm like, have I plateaued? And then I see other cats and they're out there and they're doing this and they're killing it. And they, you know, they drop some knowledge or whatever that I might not have thought of, as simple as it may have been.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, okay, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing over here? You know what I mean? And just gets things going, man. Like, you got to remember to have fun with it.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of what you're doing, you got to remember to have fun with it. So, yeah.
That's all it
That's
is,
important.
man.
Or else why do it? You know what I mean?
Yo, for real, man. I may talk
that's
serious,
anything.
but like I'm trying to have fun, man.
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. But
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna keep writing.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel
You spit
sometimes. I feel like sometimes I haven't been like recently. Like I've been like dwelling in my head. I'm like, dude, like I need to write more. In the
all
sense
the time.
of because I don't write as much as I need to, and then I don't, you know, and then when I go back to writing, it gets hard for me to like warm up again. You know, but then once I do actually warm up, then you know I'm good. But it's like getting to that point.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get better at like just carving out some time, which is always just the amazing thing of trying to find within your day, and you know also just being responsible with other things. But I'll figure it out. I don't want to resort to the driving in the car and trying to write because, you know, that's always like the safe thing to do. So
don't text and drive.
Yeah.
But I will say I've definitely written a song or two while driving.
100%.
I shouldn't admit to that, but it's straight facts, man. I've written quite a few songs actually while driving, man. I think it's kind of like people say when you sing in the shower or like you rap in the shower, you almost come up with like the best ideas. I think it's because your brain's distracted with something else.
Russ says
yeah.
Bro. He's like,
yeah.
I write 90% of my music taking showers.
Yeah. I mean,
that makes sense because you're relaxed.
Yeah.
You know, like,
you're just vibing.
If you
know,
sit down to write, you're like, okay, I need to write.
Yeah.
Let me try and write, and now your brain's not working.
It's because you're not focusing too heavy on it.
It's like when you're looking for something, you can't find it. The moment you stop looking for
that's where I come up with some like some of my best melodies, I would say, because like you know I'm testing out the acoustics and all that stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Or like I was writing and then I'm trying to keep the ideas fresh. I'm like, all right, I gotta take a shower before I go to wherever I'm gonna go to, and yeah, I mean we all have our ways of creating, and we all
for sure, man,
work differently. You know what I mean? So like, however we need to get through it.
I just think you can't overthink it. Like you said, I've been there up until like 2 days ago, where it's like I need to write more. I need to.
You don't necessarily.
As soon as like I kind of was like, oh, I can do this. Like I didn't need to. I was like, I got inspired. That's really what happened. I got inspired, and I was like, oh, I'm just overthinking it. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
where I'm
I
at.
just let it go. I was talking nonsense, man. But I realized like some of my favorite songs that I've recorded myself, I'm just talking nonsense. I'm just hitting you with braggadocious bars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't really have a concept, and it's because I was just having a great time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had a good time stroking my own ego that night, and here it is now for you to listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hopefully you feel the same way today because I felt great when I wrote this song type of deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it is, man. As artists, I think we expect more out of ourselves than anybody else does.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like we say, like we're our biggest critic when it comes to everything, and, you know, and then we're like, oh, everything's slipping. Oh, you know, you suck, you know,
Yeah.
type of thing. And it's like, no, like you're just taking a break, or you're trying to focus on other things. But to us, it's we're not putting in work, but we are. It's just in a different form than creating a song or writing a song or whatever. It's
in a way where you don't feel forced. Like I've finally reached that point where like, okay, you know, I want to write, but like I'm not coming up with anything. I'll at least listen to the beat and you know, have, you know, a melody sit there or something. You know what I mean?
And just keep
I've always.
And then just really go out to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
crispy. Let's do it on tour.
Please, can we?
We're gonna do it on tour. Doesn't even have to be Valentine's Day. We'll just walk up like just two people dating
Yeah.
on a date.
I can't.
This is why you're not answering your phone?
I can't tell my meeting now.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
You see, like I'm not.
Y'all couldn't handle tour with me. It's gonna get crazy. We're gonna be in bed by 9. We're gonna
Dang. Show's gonna be starting, and this guy's gonna be going to
And
bed.
then we gotta get up at 9:01.
Yo, man. Oh man. Nah, man. I'm gonna be taking melatonin stuff, probably.
You see, like I'm not big on
I ain't be
Valentine's Day,
sleeping.
but I mean that's like it just happened to be the time where I met my girl.
Yeah, nah. I'm just playing, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's a woman's holiday, whatever. Buy flowers, take her out.
It's a
to eat,
woman's
do some
holiday,
bullshit,
he
be
said.
done with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yo, what if I want to be chased?
Actually,
I want to be wooed.
You want
That's
flowers?
something you can have
You wanna be
conversation
wooed?
with.
Yeah,
flowers.
Are we live again?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, word. All right.
I'm quick with it, bro. And we back
from commercial
So,
break.
Back from commercial break.
I don't know, man. Like, let's be real. Yo, so let's be
Trust
real.
the Midas
Sometimes,
touch.
why not, man? Why can't a dude be wooed? You know what I'm saying?
That's right, exactly.
Yeah, why not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm gonna still pay for dinner, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just. But why? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm a firm believer that ask her
But like, she's got to pick the spot. But she's got to pick the spot, but you got to pay for it.
nah. I mean,
like-
I do agree with
to be
Crispy.
wooed?
You know, it depending on who asks who out, I think should pay for it. I do agree with that.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
You know, for sure.
When you're,
But I just as a person, if I'm out with a girl and I enjoy the time, like if I don't enjoy the time, I ain't gonna fight you. You could pay if you ask me out.
Oh, yeah.
But
Absolutely. Yeah.
but if I enjoy the time, then just I don't know, me personally, I'm gonna want to cover the bill.
Yeah.
I'll let him leave.
I mean,
you
the
want
first
to
one-
leave the tip. You want to argue about it, leave the tip. I ain't gonna argue. That's cool. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna cover the bill. It's how I feel. Just personally.
I mean, the first one, I'd probably go for it first.
Yeah.
Like the first date, I'd probably pay first, or
I mean,
I'd try to.
it's kind of nice, man,
Regardless
to
if she-
know that like
regardless if
someone's
she-
interested before you like shoot your shot.
I
Right.
just think it's
Yeah, I
dumb
mean-
as fuck to have someone come up to like, you know what I mean? Hey, I want to take you out. All right, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's probably being a man. I ain't never had that shit done before. But something to have that done.
Yeah.
I don't know about. I'm trying to find out. You know what I mean?
Starting the movement, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nah, I don't know, man. It's just I mean, romance is dead, anyways, right? We being real, bro. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I ain't trying to talk about all this, man.
I had one girl.
I didn't even know we were
had one
live
girl.
again. You know what I'm saying? Snap.
I went to Dunks. This is years ago, obviously. And I went to Dunks, and then literally I was leaving, and she ran out and like asked for my number.
That's
Like
crazy.
she was working.
Damn.
And she ran out and asked for my number. I was like, "Yo, what's up?"
Yo,
Bro.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, this is cool." Yo, I
Yeah.
was like, "Yo, this is crazy."
y'all
I
ever
was
watch
like,
How I Met Your
man.
Mother?
No.
Great show, bro.
Everybody
show.
keeps telling me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, great show. Oh yeah, great show. Shout out How I Met Your Mother, and everybody involved. Last season was terrible. Rest of the show was great. Anyways, just had to throw that little subtext in there.
Yeah. Just so everybody knows.
But nah, there's an episode though where like they all go to a male strip club basically, or a male club. I don't know if it was a strip club, a male club, male bar, something like that. And beforehand, like the dudes were giving the girls a hard time about like, oh, it's so hard getting hit on all the time, da da da. But then they went to that bar and the roles kind of reversed. And it actually wasn't that nice for them to be getting hit on all night. They were kind of over it. So it does almost make me wonder, like, should we be careful what we're asking for? You know?
Yeah.
But like, it does feel good every once in a while.
It does.
Oh yeah.
Every once in a while it does. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I really would like to go out with you sometime. Thanks.
Right?
I was just checking you out in the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said a word. We would have never saw each other ever again.
Never said
you know what I mean?
whatsoever.
You never know.
You would have
like
never heard a peep out
and
of
like
me.
you said, you were like, yeah, like it's you know, every once in a while I think it's, you know, it'd be cool.
It'd just be nice, you know. I mean, I'm good now, but
Yeah. No, no.
let me clarify first. Let me clarify first, babe. I'm good.
Right? Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's just one of those things.
But at the
man.
time, I was like, yo, this is
Yeah.
I was like, this is fire, bro.
No, yeah, man. You'll get it, Crispy.
I was like, I still got it.
Yeah. Some shining star will run after you one day when you're leaving the gas station, you know. Like, oh, that's my favorite monster. You know what I mean? You want to go out sometime? And you'd be like, nah.
Nah, I'm all set. I'm cool. Appreciate it, though.
I got a show to go.
Yeah, man, I got something to do.
I got a show.
Yeah.
If you want to come to the show, I
Yeah.
can meet you there. But other than that, that'll be our first date.
Dude,
Right on my
girls
trunk.
come up to me at shows and try and talk to me. It's like, leave me alone. I'm working.
Yeah, you
please.
working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
come
get
on.
it.
If you're
I do get
actively
it.
taking photos,
And like they're not. Yeah.
give me a sec. But if you're just like chilling, all right,
Yeah.
come
That's
say what's up.
different. If I'm kicking it, just
But if you're like, hey, by the way, can you?
yeah.
Do you see what I'm doing right now? Like, hang on,
How many
dude.
times I've been like this and I feel that. Hey, you're crispy, right? I just lost 3 shots, dude. Thanks. I appreciate that, buddy.
Right. This was like a once in a lifetime shot. He just stage dived and I just missed it because you wanted to tap my shoulder off.
Exactly,
Like,
bro.
come on, dude. Get out of here. Leave me alone.
If you see somebody's in the zone, like just leave them be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, seriously.
Someone's
Like-
in the zone, leave them alone.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
that's
AutoZone.
hey.
It's like you
We're gonna do this again. We
You want to meet the person.
Shout
good,
out
but
episode
just wait
50.
until- just wait until the person's like not as occupied, and you know then go. Up and
Yeah,
shoot the
well,
shit,
that's
you know what I mean?
man. Like, there's always lulls, you know, at shows for people that are working.
100%.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This made me think like you're on stage and somebody just goes, "Oh my
Hey,
god, are
man,
you
you-
babe? Are you Michael Mervyn?"
That would be
You
the
just made me
equivalent.
forget my line.
Right, exactly.
Thank you. We're in the middle of the hook. Can you like go somewhere,
Yeah.
please? This is not the time.
This is
But-
not the time, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
like, especially as
Hey man, I was over at the merch table. Like, yeah, all right, get me after the set. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll be at the merch table actually.
Right, that's actually where I'll be
You know?
the rest of the night.
Yeah,
In
like-
15 minutes. Thank you.
And if not, there'll be someone there that can help you. So
Right.
we'll be fine. Like, oh man,
I'll either be at the merch table or outside.
it's great though. I'll tell you what though, it's one of the best feelings. Even though it's kind of like comical to laugh at a little bit. Like, it is a great feeling when people are, you know,
Facts.
vibing and you're performing and they're like, yeah, like you're you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
And
if
I'm
you
here.
dap me
I'm
up-
here for you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, you dap me up at Ernest Stone.
Yeah, oh, 100%.
God,
Yo,
it's yeah.
That's what's up.
Telling you, man. I giving dads, people jumping with you. You know what I mean? Whatever it may be, dude.
Yeah.
Like craziness,
Super
man.
cool. It's really
a
good
big
feeling.
reminder of like why we do this. You know, like when you actually see.
Yeah,
what's,
man.
You know, we talk about it all the time. Like when you see the reaction from people and
Yeah.
people are coming up to you and they actually feel something. It's like, holy shit, that's my goal right. That's
like
my
we
goal
all-
right there. You know, mission accomplished.
That trio set in Portland we did. last
Yeah.
year.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that was crazy, man. The energy was wild there that night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It felt like an hour was 15 minutes. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I was like, wait, we're done already? That's the end of the what?
Yeah,
Oh
we
man,
gotta go home.
you know. Everybody was vibing though. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we gotta get you
they come
back.
up to- they bought our merch.
Everybody,
Yeah, people
yeah,
bought
man. It was, yeah,
merch,
dude. It was.
like
I
super
saw
supportive.
like 5 shirts that night.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I had like 2 or 3, I think.
I don't
couple
even. I sold the
stickers.
shirt off my back that night.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
That you know what I mean?
Like, you know what?
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
have this.
Yeah. I was
Somebody
like,
has shirt, bro.
yeah. I was like, this is the only large I have. You can have it if you want. He's like,
Yo, say less.
yeah. He's like,
washing
why
machines
not?
are
Screw
full.
it, man.
Even wash that thing. Probably went home and framed it. Dude.
Yeah.
If you was
Imagine.
sober, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
bro?
Hey, you know
that'd be hype too.
that will be wild, man. Nah,
Find
you
out.
could, man. Let's. I'm gonna
20
be
years
real,
down the
bro.
road, bro.
Don't
No,
slip- don't
that is
slip
in the
tea.
bottom of his dresser. Don't even front with me. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I think it was Ryan Birch. I think something like that. I hope
Yeah.
so. If so, shout out Ryan Birch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely sold my buddy a hoodie, a J Faith hoodie, and
Mm.
I've yet to see him wear it.
Hey, you know,
I'm like, all right, man. He's
I
like,
mean,
he's
yeah.
like, I don't even know where it is. I just like bought it.
yeah.
It was like when I
you know,
first
it's
started
the
selling
support
them.
though too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, it was when I first started selling them, and I was going through what's his name? I can't think of his name. What the heck? New England Noise.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
he had to get
Yeah.
the minimum, so I was like, "Yo, like, who wants to buy a hoodie, or whatever?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll support and like help
Yeah.
him get the thing." But other than that, I'm like, I haven't seen. He's like, "Yeah, it's like somewhere in the bottom of my closet." I'm like, "All right, man, cool. I appreciate the
I
support."
mean, I got some tees that I bought from people that I haven't rocked yet. But I'll be real. These pants I'm wearing now, I had these pants 1.5, 2 years in the plastic up until like 2 months ago. You know what I mean?
If you're like doing laundry one day, it was like, ooh,
No, man, no.
I needed some pants.
No, I was, I wanted to look fresh. I didn't want to wear jeans, you know what I mean? But I needed pants. It's getting cold out here, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I'll bust them out now. You know what I mean? I got shirts I don't wear for like a year. I just,
Yeah, that's
I got stuff that stays in rotation. And then once it hits, like if I go to that person's show, I'm going to bust that shirt
Throw it
out.
on, yeah.
You know what I mean? Something like that. But other than that, like, I don't usually have a lot of people be like, oh, who's that on your shirt? You know what I'm saying?
That's
so,
true too. Yeah,
so I'm like, all right, I'm going to wear it to the show support when I get there at the show.
then it makes sense.
You know, I paid them the money. They made that profit, which is really, the best part of it all. If you think about it, it goes towards your bills, your groceries, whatever it may be, more studio time, whatever. It's just,
Something.
you invested in it, you're getting that investment back. Same with like CDs, man. I'll buy a CD. I have a CD player. I don't typically listen to CDs.
Yeah, I wish I had it.
But I know
it's
if I buy a
cool.
CD for $20, I just paid for 1 billion streams
Yeah.
for you.
Literally.
Which I'm still gonna go stream it.
Yeah.
So
I wish I had a CD
It's also
player.
really cool to look at too. Like,
Yeah, it's good,
the
man.
work that they put into
I
it,
got
and, like,
I got all the
extra
CDs I
information.
bought in a box so that when I can figure out how I'm gonna like set it up, I'm gonna hang them up as decoration. You know what I mean? Like in the studio or whatever when I get it set up.
Yeah.
That's so they're there. I mean, they're artwork. You know what I mean? What do they call it? Album artwork. You know what I'm saying?
true.
Like
Album
I got
art.
pamphlets from like Blackout. You know what I mean? With Method Man and Red Man. Hang that out because they had the picture in the middle.
Yep.
Like.
That's what I used to do. I used to take the inserts and I would cut them out and I literally taped them like
Yeah,
all
dude.
around my room.
I love
That's
seeing
what
that.
it is, dude.
You know,
Especially-
that's why, like in Question My Character, posters, inserts, musical murals, because I literally had all my CDs
Yeah.
like, taped around.
That's
the room.
what-
My fault.
That's what it is, man.
What you saying?
Especially when it's like all covered, like that's all you can see like throughout the entire room. Sometimes on the ceiling, in the door and shit.
Yeah, literally
man.
just covered, and you could just go. And then I kept like the lyrics ones because then you could read. The
Yeah,
lyrics.
you
You
really-
could go, rap, you'd rap
Yeah.
along.
Yeah,
Those are the
man.
days, man. We were talking about that in one of the other pods.
Yeah, we're old school like that, man. Those
It
are
is
the
what it
days
is,
I'm still
man.
trying to build to it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there isn't the nostalgia of CDs anymore. Not to get back on that topic, but there not that nostalgia for CDs anymore. Cause
Bro, I might start selling them out the back of my trunk again. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not scared. Who else is doing it now?
I'd like to get
and the
some.
money
Yeah.
gets right to you.
No, yeah. Nobody's doing that anymore.
You don't got to pay Spotify
Because it fell off. But like, did it?
I think there'll be a point in time where they'll come back.
Yeah.
I think
The
just
time is now.
People are starting to push them now. It's like, yo, like what happened to CDs? Like I got all these, you know what I mean?
I think.
But nowadays, cars don't even have them. You heard them. I don't even have one.
Yeah, I don't even have a CD
Nah,
player.
that's true.
I
That's
think
true.
I think where you
Neither
could get
do I.
away with it is USBs.
Yeah,
But USBs are expensive.
USBs are slightly expensive. Yeah, as well as I don't know, man.
Because most cars have the USB
There's
port.
just something about a CD.
But there's something. No,
man.
when
There's
I'm with
something
you.
about it, too. You know what?
I'm with you.
It's a
Yeah,
collector's,
like
it's a collector's item.
that's what it really is.
like just
you
like
know
vinyls.
what I mean?
Like we don't
Like,
have record players, but like we. You know,
records
if
are
we're
coming
a
I got
back,
a record
man.
player,
Yeah, records are coming
shit,
back,
yeah.
bro.
I just found
I
like
thought
that
about
one.
potentially pressing records for 3-1, but it's just I don't
it's
know if
expensive.
I don't know if the demand's there because I was talking to Crispy earlier. Like I realized with the rebranding, when I dropped the new single, I was like, oh, I really just restarted. Like I'm really back at
one.
like one.
Back at
Yeah,
one, yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, oh crap, you know what I mean? So it's kind of just one of those things. Like, is that the best decision right now? You know what I mean? CDs, I'm gonna do regardless. You know,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
definitely,
saying?
yeah.
Because there are a lot of people that I know, and people that probably would be fans of the type of music I make, that feel the same way we do about CDs. You know what I mean? There's just something about them.
I think some people just buy them like Soul Marie said with like buying tickets at people's shows. I think some people just buy them just to show support and put some money in the artist's pocket. Whether or not they have a CD player. Like I have some of Cody Pope CDs. I have a couple other artist CDs. Not because I have a CD player, but it's cool to have, and it shows support. And just trying.
I do kind of like the CD with ticket sale combo. I do kind of like that a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, it's $20 to get in, but you get the CD, maybe like some stickers or whatever. You know what I mean? Some little package. That way, one, you're moving the CDs. You don't actually have to pay for the tickets, I guess, depending on where you're throwing the, event.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's CD sales, on the back end or whatever. So, because I've seen a few people do that, and I think it goes all right.
That's just the bundles, It's like, that's how some artists, like some of the bigger artists, will do it too. Like they do those bundles, like merch bundles, and that's where they get a lot of their. Again, it's like touring. That's where you get, as a big named artist, that's where you get majority of your money.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
Is the tours.
There's also some things like merch wise. There's also some things that like you can get on the website, but like you won't get certain things unless you
Exclusive
go to a show.
stuff.
You know what I mean, you got to get creative to get people in the door.
And that's the I think the weird, almost like catch-22 of being an artist or being a creative is you need to be creative about how you're being creative.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
like,
mean,
like
absolutely
upset, you know what I
It
mean?
hurts, dude. It hurt my
Like,
brain, dude.
like you can't just create. You have to create how you're gonna create
Creatively.
creatively.
create a lane. You are a creative.
so annoying.
Yeah,
So it
like-
makes sense, right?
I try and explain this to people. People are like, oh, you rap, and I'm like, yeah, but like I don't just rap. Like depending on the day, I'm wearing a different hat.
Yeah.
I don't just go home and just write a song all willy nilly and just record it and everything's good. Like no, like songs you hear have been done and finished 4 different times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the course of a year, 2. You know what I mean? Like it's not a glamorous process. Like we're talking now, merchandise, promotion, album sales, ticket sales.
Flip it to that one. And then
We're
you can
trying to
split.
figure that out. We don't have people to figure that out for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when we're working on that, what hat are we wearing? Are we a rapper? No. Trying to be my own tour manager or whatever at that point, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying?
Your
like
own tour manager, your own publicist, your own
working with the producers hand in hand. Merch. You know what that makes you? Co-producer, man. The whole, you know what I mean? If you're sitting there, you're dealing with the repetitive, you just said yo 32 times, but like something's off, so he keeps tweaking the EQ and all you keep hearing is yo, and you're like, I never want to say yo again in my life because he can't figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're co-producing that project at that point. You know what I mean? You're not just a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, unless you don't take your craft serious or you somehow strike gold or whatever, however that happens, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right. Yeah, I was talking to somebody just the other day, and and I had just met them. We're part of this committee, whatever. And she's like, "Oh, like, what do you do?" I said something about how I make music, and she's like, "Oh, like, what music do you make?" And I was like, "I make hip hop." And she's like, "So you're a rapper?" And I was like, "Well," I was like, "I'm an artist." And she's like, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, there's a difference. There is a difference. And there's no like diss in between one or the other. There's just a different style of what the two mean. There is a definition difference when it comes to the two. And I was just like, dude, y'all just don't understand. And it's okay. It's okay. But I was just like,
they're uncultured.
Because I was trying to avoid the rap
hip hop culture. That's
in my head. I was going to be like rapper, and then I was like, no, you're
always
not
do that.
a rapper. And I was
kind
like,
of music do you? I'm a
So you're a
hip hop
TikTok
artist.
rapper.
Yeah.
Like you're
I'm
a
like, there's more to
YouTube
it.
rapper.
Yeah.
I'm
But
like,
that's what I
there's
go
more
with
to
too,
it,
man. I'm a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
I don't like to really say I'm a rapper, though that I guess that is the term, you know what I mean? But like when you do, you're right. There's a stigma, I feel like, with that specific
and people
title.
And there's a lot of people out there that aren't open-minded enough to, dive in and really, know what certain things.
Yeah, they won't know the difference.
They don't want to try. And then you're just like, I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I'm a rapper, whatever.
Yeah.
Because you're just not gonna.
Yeah, because at some point, if they they want to hear it, you're like,
Great
well,
talk. I'm gonna leave you out. I'm gonna leave you over there.
Good talk. Appreciate it.
like
Yeah.
if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
It's
You
my
know what I
website.
mean? Like,
I made.
Yeah.
yeah, right. I'm not a web designer.
This is the shirt that I paid for to get in.
Like, oh my god, yeah, man. That's another thing, man. I've been working on like a website and stuff, man. I'm doing that. You know what I'm working on the website. I'm a rapper. No.
Yeah, you're a web designer.
Now I'm a web designer. You know what I mean? Like, nah, man.
There's
It's
Okay, the song's out there, the album's out. Now I'm my publicist. I'm my own publicist.
literally.
I'm
I'm
my
a
own
promoter.
booking
I'm an A&R. I'm like, I'm this.
Like
Bro.
we are the label.
I can't even let myself walk out of the house dressed wrong if I got a show, man.
I am
Like,
the
come on, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta be my fashion designer too. You know what I'm
Your
saying?
publicist,
Yeah,
with your media relations, what that's
Bro,
gonna look
it's
like.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh man,
But it's true. It's like you said. Like when I go with Mertz, he's not just like hitting buttons and I'm just like chilling.
Yeah,
You
have a hand in the process.
Go. I might as well not go.
literally.
Just send me the beat and we'll figure it
That's
out. From
me
there,
working with Byron. Byron couldn't make it, but but that's
He's
that's
here
me
in
with
spirit.
Byron, man. Like we still meet up consistently every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, unless he's sick or something happens, obviously.
Right.
The
Yeah.
last couple weeks, everyone's been sick on
That time of
Dude,
year,
it's
man.
true.
Yeah,
Dude, every Monday, bro.
Yeah.
All he's doing is mixing mastering right now. We don't
Yeah.
need to be there, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, unless I really want to be picky and
just
be
chill.
like, I don't like that one word. But I'm trying not. I'm trying not to do that.
Yeah, it's the same thing I did with Mertz.
Yeah.
Like, once we were done recording, it was just like, all right, man. Like kind of. I mean, where to take it. You also understand my vision, so
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he's been working on it, by himself as well. Because he does have an idea of what I'm looking for, based off the couple we did do together and things like that. And he's an excellent producer anyway, so he knows what he's doing as it is. You know what I mean? And then from there, we're gonna after we get the mix done, we're gonna fine tune everything together. Add this here, throw this there. Draw this out, whatever it may be. Add in the skit here, whatever it might be, type of deal.
yeah.
But yeah, man, like that's what it is. Like I don't feel like and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's people that just call themselves rappers and they do have a hand in it all. But just myself, I personally feel like there's too much of a stigma behind that
just
label.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of actual artists like to have a hand in the pot when things are really in the works. You know what I mean? Like I've been there with Byron every step of the way, basically. you know, except for the little mixing stuff he did on his own.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'm in there and I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, whatever it may be,
Right.
Like, and I feel a little nitpicky, but, you know, we both want to put out the best we can with what we got. So,
Yeah.
got to be a little nitpicky in that sense, you know, and I feel like if you don't want to be nitpicky, then you probably just shouldn't be, you know, expanding the Spotify artist catalog, because you're cutting into a third of a penny, man.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, why do you think it's going down? Like, to be real, it's almost too easy for artists to get on these streaming services now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Which I'm thankful for, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like,
It's good, like, in the sense of exposure, but if we're trying to get, like, paid for what we're doing,
it's
that's
not as lucrative
it's
anymore.
It's no longer the best for us in that standpoint.
Because it's becoming overpopulated.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Put it out.
I could do a whole song with no beat and I just make noises for 2 minutes, and the distribution site isn't going to ask any questions.
Right. As long as it's
Okay.
original.
They're just going to ask, when do you want it out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
what are you charging for the single on iTunes? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that's what they're
literally.
not going to. So, like, it doesn't have to be good. And I feel like it's almost too easy. And because it's almost too easy, it makes things a lot more difficult and a lot less lucrative for the people that actually do care for their art and what they're doing.
Yep.
That's why it's almost time to do something different, like going back to CDs or, you know, finding
Yo,
a
the 90s
cool
are coming
case,
back, bro. I don't
a
know
cool
what you're
case
talking
for a
about.
USB or something, you know, like a
Yeah.
cool like promo case that you can put your USBs in.
So if there was a way to do artwork with a USB, I think we could make it cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have just like a case that has like the artwork,
Yeah.
whatever, and then like embedded in it is like the USB, and then you go, you crack it open and
Maybe like, like Nintendo, like Nintendo games. Got a little cartridge, it's basically like an SD card inside.
Yeah.
like a
But it's got
Nintendo
little case.
Switch, like the Nintendo Switch.
It's got a little
Something
card
like that. Yeah,
Boom.
literally.
USB's in there. You got a cool case on the outside. That's actually a
It's the
pretty
same
dope.
picture you would use for an
Yo,
album cover.
or you remember those
You just
McDonald's
put it on the
toys?
case, bro.
You get the one like Britney Spears, the Backstreet Boys song, the toy. You put the
Yeah.
clip chips or whatever it
Yeah.
was. You know what I'm saying? You get the
yeah.
one song.
Yeah.
You know, like
But
maybe something like that.
you know,
Yeah,
something a
man.
little
Like,
different.
we gotta find that company.
I mean, people are buying it, right?
I'll be putting singles out on Quick Chips all day, man.
But people are buying the Nintendo Switch boxes that are like this big for a game that's this big. Like, if
That's
you're
what
doing
I'm
all that,
saying.
you might as well, And there is the option to buy it online, but people are still buying the box.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's true.
you
Yeah.
know, do it with USBs. At least most cars at least have a USB port that connects to the radio.
If y'all do
So you
this,
can
we
plug
know
it
where you got it from. We're watching you.
I might have to delay the release of this
We're
release
watching
of this
you.
episode.
I take 75% right after that.
I want my royalties now.
Yo, I mean, it's so it's not about the money, man. But
No, for
like,
sure.
when you want to do this as a living,
Money
as
is a
your job,
We
it
just-
is.
we
man.
just-
It is like
But money is a factor in what we
It-
do.
it
I
is,
want to be
man.
able to do it more and good or
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Let me speak correctly. I want to be
Gooder.
able to do it well, good quality, and do it well.
Yeah, nah, honestly,
Not just
same.
I want to
Yeah,
give you a good product. That takes some money to do that.
It does.
So just meet
you-
me halfway.
Yeah, if you enjoy the product,
Understand it,
you know, every little bit that you put in is really just an investment towards the next one. Is that's where my mind is. If you enjoy something, why wouldn't you invest in it? I see each one of us as business entities. Each one of
are.
us.
You have to
You know
be.
what I mean? And so that being said, is if I like what you're doing, I'm gonna invest in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are you gonna go up next season? You're gonna go down next season. We're gonna find out. But either way, I invested my money in that. You know what I mean? And that's what it is.
Well, it's like we said. I forget what pod it was. It was as artists, you literally create a new product with every song, and you have to market that new product. It's like what Shark Tank, whatever it is. It's like going on Shark Tank
Yeah.
every single release and going, here's why you need to listen to my song, because the bars are crazy, the beat is insane, the drop on it is crazy, the mixing and mastering is amazing when you hear it. So
I'm not gonna lie, I hate describing my stuff.
Are you gonna,
I hate it.
And when you break it down, when we drop it on Spotify, this is the analytics, blah blah blah.
I'm
and then
telling
check
you.
out the cover art, because the cover art is
So you
just
really
as
want to
cool,
buy the
too.
CD?
I need someone for that. That's what I need. I need someone for that, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate that part of it. I hate being like, oh, okay, so describe the album. It's got beats. It's got
sound.
It's got
Listen to it and
it's good.
come back to me
like
when you listen to it.
I made it. Like it's just one of them. It's like writing a biography or like a little short bio. You know what I mean? Like say I had to do it for the new Spotify page when I rebranded everything.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, I still owe you my bio. I saw that.
No, I didn't even think about it. You just outed yourself.
But like that's like I don't know what to say. I don't know how to word it. I don't know what person to talk about it in. And then same thing when you're uploading your music onto the website. Like you got to describe the album to people if they don't know about it.
You're submitting it to this playlist.
Yeah, like I know words until I get to that point, and then I'm like, never written a sentence in my life before about anything ever, and I've never described anything ever in my life.
I've looked at,
You know what I'm saying?
I've looked at other
Kind
people's.
of like going into an essay.
I try that sometimes too. Yeah,
Like I've looked at like some of like the higher people. Like I've looked at like a J. Cole or Eminem or like KB, whatever. People that are
Tweak it to
around the
your own
realm,
kinda,
that are around the realm of music that I create. And then the same thing with pitches. Somebody like put me on to something too. It was like when you're pitching it, you want to like identify like also like who can listen to it. Like, oh, you can play this song in a club, or you could play this song at your casual barbecue or on the radio, or there's no cursing, so you could play this anywhere. It's a cool vibe that you can play, at your backyard picnic or something. You know what I'm saying? Because then it extends it.
we should develop a team of people to get together when we have music dropping and just listen, take notes, and describe like
the feeling
project
that you get.
Yeah,
yeah.
and
So
then
have like a
go
listening
through.
party.
Yeah, but only like a select. This is the crew. These are the opinions. The varying opinions, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 and then you could just take that information.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I don't know, man. Like I'm egotistical when I rap. My ego can go from here to when I rap. It can.
Yeah.
But in reality, I try and be
When you write it down, you're like,
Yeah, I'm like, that's right. I am the coolest dude you ever seen in your whole life.
like, and now I sound like the corniest dude that you've ever heard.
Yeah,
in
like
your life.
but like I really try to remain pretty humble, and I don't like to really brag and boast about myself unless I got a couple drinks in me. Then, last time that happened, I mean, I lived up to it. No, I did not. No, I lived up to it, actually. I had, story time. Anyways, well, okay. I was out drinking, having a few drinks. I don't know, made a couple new friends. We're talking. Got brought up that I was a rapper.
I think you told me about that.
Yeah, I might have. And I might have told you about one of them. One of them, yes, I got humbled real quick. I had too much to drink and was too confident in my off the top abilities that night. Humbled real fast. This specific night though was not like that. I was literally like, I was going, I'm like, yeah, da da da. They're like, oh yeah, you rap, and like I was just kind of offended on how they were saying it that night. Cause like, oh, you're a rapper. Da, da. I was like, yeah, I am. Yes. I was like embracing it. I was like, yeah, I am a rapper. That's right. Michael Murphy III. My hands started waving. Yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? Stomping in the puddle. I don't know, whatever's going on, And I'm like, oh, okay, well, you got some bars? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, you don't believe me? And they're like, yeah. And like, well, who are you? Whatever, blah, blah. I was like, I'm one of the best MCs in New Hampshire. I'm going off, man. I'm like, whatever. Like, ego, way up. Yacht Daddy vibes, off the chain, too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then I spit something. Somehow, spit something that I had from the album. You know what I mean? And they were just like, yo, what? Like, okay, you're right. And I was like, yeah, that's right. I'm gonna go home now. It's 3 a.m. Like, like,
I need to go to bed.
Like, it's late. Like, I work at 11. I gotta get to bed. Yeah, exactly. I gotta get to bed. I didn't get to bed. I was still hyped the whole night. Tried to write. Bad idea. But yeah, no, man. Like sometimes though, it's like that. But typically, I just try and I don't know how to be that guy without a couple shots, you know what I mean? Whatever it may be, like liquid courage, they say. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like poke the bear when I'm like that, and I might just be like, "Yeah, no, I am him. What's up?" You know what I mean? But like, other than that, I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I rap. It's I'm pretty good." People say, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not like prepared to just like drop a whole like mixtape in front of you right now, or boast.
And I sometimes I say things you're not gonna like. Like some people I know like hip hop music, they like it, but like sometimes I talk about things that are a little racy, and people don't like those types of that type of content all the time. And I realize that, I know that, but it's just me. I'm just that type of person. I'm gonna crack a dirty joke if I'm gonna crack a dirty joke. It's just sorry your mom was in the room. My mom hates it too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like shout out mama. But like. I'm just embracing myself, and that's really what all my music is about at the end of the day. It's just like showing people that you can just embrace yourself, and you don't have to be what people think you may look like. You know what I mean? Or are, because people put labels on you. How many times? No matter what. How many times I hear, "Oh, I didn't think you could rap." I never would have guessed you were a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like they saw me perform and they were like, wow.
Like, I didn't know you could do that.
Oh wow. Like
yes, I take this seriously.
Yeah, like
and
this is I would like to do this for the rest of my life. So yes, I'm going to give it my all. Sorry you didn't expect that.
I know. I think people still, which is crazy, between all the documentaries, all the behind the scenes stuff that people have done, your Kelly Visions, your behind the music, your this, that, and the third. People still don't know what music is like.
This, that, and the third.
Yeah.
I had a feeling you were like, and then 3. But it's like people still don't know what it takes to make good music, like the process of making music that goes into it when you take it seriously. Like we've said, it isn't just making music. There's roles that we play. We play the songwriter, we play the co-producer, we play the social media guy, we play the website guy, we play the the director, we play the executive producer.
So going back to our first topic, overthinking the writing. That's probably why it's so difficult to just be like, oh, I'm just having fun in writing. Because every other aspect has to be taken seriously. So how do you shut it off?
Right.
You know what I mean?
In this one slot of
like we got this
chambers.
Little, it's like the $1, the Price is Right. You're trying to hit that $1. It's a little roulette wheel or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the one spot where you're supposed to just let go.
Right.
And it's like it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do, man.
It's not.
I've dropped one song under the new name and I'm like freaking out because I haven't made enough promo. You know what I mean? Freaking out because I don't know what else to say at this point. You know what I mean? Whatever it may be, like just little examples. Like, but I had a great time when I made the song.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just there's a lot that goes into it, man. It's wild to me.
Yeah, it's like the latest single that I just dropped.
Fire, by the way.
Thank you. When obviously I just released it, but it's like I did like the promo run like 7 months ago when we had the show. Like I didn't expect to drop the song. I also thought we were gonna drop it a little bit sooner, but just time and whatever. It's cool.
Yeah, things happen.
So I was like, I did the promo run already. Like I had the clips. I wish they videotaped it, but when they put the live stream up of the whole thing, they didn't put that part up. They like skipped the opening session of the whole conference and then put
typical hip hop stuff.
And then put after we got up there.
Ridiculous, man.
And I was like, I even asked the girl, I was like, do you have like a video? Like my one of my kids videoed it, but he did it from the side, it's just like the still side angle. So I'm like, I could use it, but at the same time, it's just the way the world.
That's what it is. I got a bunch of promo that I could use, but it doesn't.
Gigs, bro.
Well, yeah, but that's not all just the single though. You know what I mean? There's only like a half a dozen videos for the single.
Like, bro, just email me individually, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Actually, it wouldn't have come through, man. I only got 10% left on my drive.
Literally, dude, he's like, no, all right, what about my USB? It has like a 64 gig, and like literally the file I clicked and dropped on the SD card I gave him, bro, was like 75 gigs.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And you know what the worst part about it is? More than half of it probably won't even be used.
Yeah. No, it won't.
Like that's the craziness.
But I was like, when I did yours, dude, you'll probably get 3-4 clips out of it.
Yeah.
The rest of it's just you don't need it.
Right.
Yeah. There's stuff I would like to put out that
because we still have the studio session too.
Wouldn't make sense to other people. Like there's a couple moments, in the studio where like things were hilarious to me, Crispy and Byron.
Right.
And I want to put it out because it was hilarious, but no one else was there. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna just be like, okay, thanks for this video of you guys just laughing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just one of those things. And then like we changed some things on some songs, so some of the videos don't work for those. But it's just a lot of it is the same too. Like it's different, but it's basically the same. And it's just even with all of this possible promo ideas, not all of it gets used, and it's
yeah. But it's you could put like what I'm trying to do for mine, spoiler alert, is like putting together like a doc of it. Crispy came with me to one of the beat sessions for
that was an idea as well
for the beats, and then just almost like what we're gonna do with like the BTS from the pod. It's like you just put together just a whole behind the scenes thing of the process of creating it, and if people want to embrace it. If
it includes the people, man.
Yeah,
they're included. They don't just hear the music. You know what I mean? They see where it came from, and that was kind of because we talked about a similar thing because he got a lot of, like I said, 64, 65 gigs of studio sessions. You know what I mean?
How can we use it now?
There's, some of it was me recording the verses. Some of it was just us, just messing around, just talking. There's a little bit of everything. If I can make it make sense, that would be great. I definitely think something like that, going into it with a plan, would be most ideal. Mm-hmm. At least like a rough blueprint of what you're looking for an idea. Because then that way, if everybody's on board, so like let's say Crispy, I'm start working on another album. We have BTS. I'm gonna like have a blueprint though. Right. Be like, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want of each song. Whatever. This is what like, and then that way, it's already in my head kind of how it's being built. You know what I mean? I wrote something earlier today. Like, even though I always say I'm always making moves, a lot of us do. Another comfort line. Always making moves. You know what I'm saying? Like. Facts. Every move is calculated. Yeah. You can't just make moves. You can't. Mm-hmm. You have to calculate every move in this industry. Because if you don't, you could just move into a miscalculation. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all played Dungeons and Dragons, but you move 2 spaces instead of 1, and you just fell into a trap hole type deal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a nerd, man. I got Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh on my arm. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I am though. I'm nerdy.
No, it makes sense. You just gotta have a plan.
I forget who says it, but they say don't confuse movement with progress.
Yeah.
Yeah. You move in place.
Yeah.
You know
I've been silent for months. I was off the grid. Hey guys, I'm changing my name. Ghost mode. Gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, but I've been working. I've been working on stuff. I've been piecing things together. I got ideas. I got things I'm waiting to put out and talk about and do. To you, it may look like I'm silent. To me, I've never been busier in my life.
Same,
you know.
Literally.
So it's like, don't always judge a book by its cover. You know what I mean? Honestly, as cliche as that sounds, or is, you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. No, same. I've literally been just pounding. I finished the writing for my album, so now I'll get to working on ours and just writing on that, you know. And then the beat sessions, you know. Obviously, the podcast has been going. It's like there's a lot that you don't see. There's you know, things that we talked about off air. I'm not gonna say it yet, but you know, at least on air.
I know. I'm trying so hard to like not give too much of my own stuff away. I'm like, guys, so like, much I want to tell you, but I can't right now.
Yeah, like the mixing and mastering, I'm gonna call him in. I know it's gonna sound corny, but it's like, but for me, it's not so much like going into the mixing and mastering that, you know, you could do separately, but like I also want to go into it with a learning process too. So that's kind of the motive of it too. So I want to capture that in the sense of me learning, and then I'm going to add
I
live
ask
drums.
Byron's questions. I'm like, you know, always get his opinion, give him feedback. Like, that's why we might be there for 3 hours working on one song, but it's because he's breaking down like what he did, what he's doing, you know. Or we might try 2 or 3 different things. Like, oh, let's throw a delay here, and delay sounds weird. Oh, let's do a drop here. Oh, that, you know what I mean? Like, we might try. Then it might just go back to the original way it was. You know what I mean? But like, that's what it is, man. I feel like if you stop learning, then what's the point? Yeah. And there's so much to learn in this avenue.
I've just noticed I've found more opportunity being there. Like when we were doing beat sessions, like he was literally just starting out, and he was just going through just different sounds, and he was like do-doom, do-doom, tsh, and I was like, yo, what's that? Tsh? And I was like, yo, that sounds fire. He was like, but he had like gone to like 4 other patterns after that, and I was like, yo, what was that other one that you just did? And then we threw it in the song, and it's like never would have.
Well, you were. We
would have just passed it.
Well, obviously you were there.
So he would have just passed it,
giving some stuff away.
You know, he would have just passed it if I wasn't there. He would have just been like, oh, no, that's probably not something he wants.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's exactly what I want in that song. And I was like, that sounds cool. I was like, let's put that in there. You know? And then, like, one of the beats that we just made that I played off air, like, I'll show you guys after. Like, we played, like, he played the original way that it sounded. And then, like, after he added a bunch of stuff to it. And I was like, yo, this sounds like night and day. But I was like, this is so cool to, like, see how something can change so drastically.
That's how it was with Byron and I too, man. Well, as actually both of you guys know. You know, typically that's how we would start the session. He would go in and just start going through sounds and basically would just make the beat right there. And, you know, give the input, I think it needs a wah-wah, you know, whatever it may be.
Yeah, it needs something.
You know what I mean? Whatever it might be, like, what terms, you know what
especially
I mean?
Especially if you have lyrics, because then you can be like, oh, like this needs, like, again, I'll use this as an example for a song that I'm remixing. There's a part where it gets like choppy, and I was like, I want the drums to hit on these like 5 lines because they all rhyme together, and it's gonna sound way better. And then he did that, and he fixed it, and I was like, yeah.
I got a song.
But I wouldn't have been able to tell him that. You know, it would have been something we would have had it done like post, and it's like, dude, let's just incorporate it now. And I'm here. Let's see how it sounds. And then you know, I'll rap out loud. Oh, yo, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know,
I got a song on the upcoming project. There's a part, I don't know, like halfway through the song where there's just a guitar strum of some sort, like some type of chord or whatever. And the way it hits goes perfectly with the way I flow. I'm like, dude, we got to turn that guitar up a little bit and like have them go together. You know what I mean? Like little things like that, man. It's just, it's because sometimes you'll do just something small and it'll change the whole track.
Yeah.
Lotto, for example, did not sound like the way it does. The intro of it, at least. So Byron sent Lotto back to me. Sounded fantastic. I loved it. I was uploading it, doing the lyrics, you know, getting in there, whatever. and I'm listening to it at the same time. I kept hearing something at the beginning. Took me 9,654 times of hearing the song to catch it.
Yep.
But I started hearing something, just like this weird frequency, something sounding like a miss. Tried to explain it to Byron, found it, fixed it. I thought he fixed it. It wouldn't leave my brain. I couldn't stop hearing it. So I actually had to like re-record the intro at home. And because he was sick that week or something happened. I don't know. So, and we couldn't get together that week. But because I did that, he like added a new effect to the intro. He added a drop in there. He did this, he did that, whatever he might have done on his magical musical engineer side over there. You know what I mean? And it sounded 10 times better to me. I was like, I'm actually really glad that this was such a process to try and figure out. He sent me like so many different times. Like, what about this? Does this sound better? Here's the raw file. Here's this with just one effect. Here's this with like 2 effects. Like literally, like we just spent hours. He's resending me files and files, and I'm like, dude, it's still there. It's still there. It's still. I can't. Like I don't know what's going on, but I don't know how to explain it. I don't even know what to say. Like the words to use to explain it. But I'm so glad that as annoying as I felt in that process, he said I was fine. But as annoying as I felt, I'm glad that it happened. Because I think the song turned out better because of it.
Right.
Other people aren't going to know that or notice that. You know what I mean? But like I myself and, you know,
Like, yo, Chris, you hear what you're talking about? I was like, bro, sounds fine.
You know,
Dude, I literally sat in my car, windows up, and I fucking cranked.
Yeah.
I made it as loud as it could go to try to hear like something, and I didn't.
I catch the
brain.
smallest things.
That's the brain when you're like in those moments of learning and like, you know, you're listening to beats, you're breaking them apart, you're listening to sounds and breaking them apart. Because again, like with Mertz, and like I recommend this for artists, is like if you can, you know, again, there's nothing wrong with sending your stuff to the producer or the engineer and then mixing and mastering your stuff.
No, it works.
Me and you have been doing it for years with Mikey. Shout out to Mikey V.
Yep.
Does an amazing job, but it's like that you do learn to pick up those things, and then most people don't because they're not just around that all the time. You know, that you're like, ooh, what is that sound? Oh, what is that? Oh, I hear that. Oh, that ad lib is off, or that, you know, that's not lined up correctly, or
it sounds louder than this because I
like you notice it.
Byron, I'm like, Byron, you need to slide that ad lib like 0.24 seconds to the left. It's off, dude. It's like
100%.
He'll play it and he's like, okay, yeah, a little. I was like, yeah, a little. Yeah.
I notice it now.
I noticed it. You gotta move it.
There's so much more I notice now that I'm like it has to literally sound, to me, it has to sound foolproof.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's your art, man.
You know,
I mean, it's a class project, obviously, with the, whatever, but it's your art. You know what I mean? At least your vocal part should sound the way you want it to, in my opinion. You know,
and like when it comes down to like the mixing, like even like as you're, you know, writing, you know, a certain song, like you have to have an idea of like how you want it mixed and stuff like that, so that, you know, that way you can better place, you know, ad libs, you can better place, you know, certain words, lines, whatever you want.
Especially when you're sending it out, like if you're sending it, like, you know how we do with Mikey, it's like you have to know, you have to have a vision of the final product. You can't just put it out, or like, you know, you can't just record it without like knowing how you have to kind of almost hear the final mix like before it's even done. Because if not, and you send it to an engineer, they're just gonna do what they think sounds right, and it may not be what you want.
Yeah.
You know, thankfully, Mikey kind of understands where we are now as far as creating music. So he's like, yeah, I think I know what he wants. So he'll do it. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, Mikey, you killed that part. That was dope. Okay, cool. You know, and I didn't even tell you. And he'll just do stuff. And I'm like,
Byron will do that sometimes.
You read the inner side of my brain that like thought of it, but like didn't like get it to the front where it needed to be.
Yeah.
And you know, he'll do stuff like that. I'm like, word. Or I didn't even think of that.
We'll be doing more work with Mikey too. L.Y.F.E and I got some in the works as well. But my get my project out is kind of the first
course.
step, and then from there, I have more time to focus on what we got to finish up over there as well.
Yeah, Vincent and D-Rock, we finally finished that part. We finally finished that project. So Mikey's finishing that up. I got to fix something on one of the songs, just like structurally that got sent weird. But other than that, we re-recorded some parts that needed to be fixed, and like it's gonna be here soon. Probably, we're thinking like March. I think. Yeah.
Like, are we gonna drop our projects on the same day like we did our single?
If you want to.
Well, I mean, I can tell you.
I didn't even plan that either.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, I wonder what his date is that he's planning on right now, because I'm also currently aiming like the end of March as well. So
yeah, that'll be for the collab project. Which will be, as far as my album, I don't have a release date yet. I'm not.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Like I just finished the writing. Now I just got to go in.
I'm more confident with where things are, so we're aiming for the end of March. I'm not gonna give the day away just yet, but that's the aim. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta do some I gotta do more of the recording, a little bit of the arranging. I gotta get 2 features. One of them I've already found. I need another one.
Oh, I'm stoked.
I think I wasn't trying to. I was literally trying to have a no feature project. That was my aim. But just things that I did that I want to keep there, that just in hearing the beat and everything like came through, and I was like, this has to be sung. Like it has to be in there. And I can't do it. So I'm like, okay, I need you for this, and then I think that it may only be one feature for this. I need a feature for something else that I'm doing. But
yeah, I'm there with you though, man. I'm
because I wanted to do something that it was like I can do it by myself type of thing.
Yeah, I get it.
Even though I know I can.
Yeah.
And who do I need to prove it to? But prove it, more proving it to myself, like I can do it. Yeah, because like I fought for it. I was like, oh, maybe I can do it, and I tried singing it, and it just, I don't know, at least a couple takes that I did, I can't find where it needs to get there, but I'm like,
I get it.
It has to be in there because it just flows perfectly. It just fits. It's a good break. It's a good separation.
I did some ad-libs or dubs on a song where I was like, I'm going to sing and harmonize all of them. They're not on the song anymore. So I get it, bro. I get it.
It's tough.
I was like, none of them worked. Byron was like, nah. I was like, all right, that's cool. I didn't think so either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I was hoping for like a "Gotta Make It Home" type of like sound at least. I was like, maybe I can fit in there.
Yeah.
But then it just, the pitch and the the range of it, I was like, And I tried. I was like, let me give it a day. Let me listen to it tomorrow.
Drink some water.
And I listened to it and I was like, nah, Jay. Nah.
Yeah.
And I sent it to people too, and they were like, and I even sent it to Mertz, and he was like, oh, like, we can maybe do some auto tune to it, it might. Yeah. But I'm just like, I just don't hear it. But I'm like, I do hear it with the person that I want to put on it.
Is it like, if it's not too much to ask, is it like a chorus?
It's like a more of a bridge. It's like a 4-bar bridge.
So I'll be honest, I would almost still count that as a no feature project.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Like, I mean, I may have her like add in some other spots, not like lyrically, but like maybe harmonizing. Or,
yeah. I mean,
type of deal. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
though. I get what you're saying.
I feel like just personally, I would kind of be like, oh, it's not, it almost sounds like something you could outsource for.
Yeah.
Type of deal. You know what I mean? So it's like, does it count? Does it not count? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's probably a debate, but
Yeah.
Can I count?
Devil's advocate over here. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, I get what you're saying though. I mean, I did do under MoFlo, I did Hot Off the Press, which was a full project with no.
Sorry, I like that.
No, you're good. No features on that project, you know what I mean? I even like played weird characters on it and everything, made my own features per se. You know what I mean? God, I listened to some of that the other day, and I was like,
you're like, dang.
It's like, this was definitely the first project you ever mixed and mastered. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I've been thinking about that though too. Like under the, you know, after rebranding and doing this project, which I do have some features on, like doing the same thing, just kind of, yeah, right. Literally all the people in this room, actually. Yeah,
even Crispy's on it. Yeah.
Crispy's on it, man. He's got his.
Hey.
He's got a couple cameos on it, actually, to be
I
real.
only know about one. And, like, we slid you in there a couple of them. Like,
Yeah.
Like, but what songs?
Yeah.
Like, he was like, it's this one. Yes, I know I'm on that one, girl.
Yeah.
What else? Nah, you're gonna have to wait. Like, you motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, you know, he was a big part in a lot of it. So, and as you guys know, the project was hugely about moments and, you know, people that have been there in these moments I've been dealing with. I mean, even the songs itself, a majority of the songs were just created in moments. You know what I mean? Like,
I literally showed up. And I was like, I was glad to be a part of it.
I feel like me.
He showed.
I was like, let's write. And I was like, here. So
well, that's what I was saying. So that same
like
session,
24.
Byron just created the beat.
He just created that beat.
Yeah, he just made the beat there. You know, we were vibing. You were like, nah, I like this tempo. And I was like, yeah, I like the sound. And then you were writing and you're like, yo, I was look over him like, Jay, yo, how close you want to first? Like, I don't know, I ain't got enough, man. I only got 24 bars. I was like,
I got like 24.
Get on the microphone, dude. What are you doing, man?
I was like, I don't know. I got like 24. Is that gonna like work, or can you extend it? Do you want me to shorten it? I can shorten it if you need me to.
I was like, go, man, go. Oh my gosh.
I know we came up with like a video concept and everything.
We
too.
did, yeah.
Like, just spur of the moment. We're like,
which still, you know, that's still a possibility as well. We can make that happen.
The best moments are when like you have like some lyrics just sitting there, like not knowing like what they're gonna be used for, and you hear stuff. It happened.
That's kind of where
it happens like almost every time for me. Like if I
L.Y.F.E and I too, man. L.Y.F E and I got a joint. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say too much about it because there's a couple of surprises with that joint. But L.Y.F E and I got a joint. Same thing, man. Byron cooked up the beat.
I'm like, I got something.
Actually, we got two. Actually, we got two joints. We got two joints with Byron.
Yeah.
One of them's gonna be on our future project though. Yeah. But same thing, both of them. You just cooked the beat up right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We both happen to have something to work to one of them. Killed it. I'm excited for that one. But the one specific for the album, it's not Life's typical lane.
Those are the best.
Yeah, it's not, you know, which is no offense, obviously, you know what I mean? But it's not Life's typical lane. And same thing, it was like a spur of the moment. Like, we're here, this is the vibe we're getting, this is the direction we're going. Are you down for this? And like, he had something that kind of was started. I had something that kind of was started. And then we just finished it up. And same thing, man, based off a singular moment, created that song. You know what I'm saying? And even my verse for our track was based off of a singular moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember the concept of
and then
that happened just about every time we link up. Like anything.
And it was
that's what it is, man.
I mean, like when you work with each other for however long, like it just clicks automatically.
55 years.
56 years later.
I think it was crazy too. The verse that I wrote without even hearing yours, like clicked with yours without us even.
That's what I'm saying.
In the
Something.
hook, and I was like,
this project
crazy.
to me, regardless of the feedback I get, which. Not trying to be too egotistical. I feel like it's gonna be good. I feel like it's my best work yet for sure. But like things just worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
Like you said, you didn't even really know where I was going, and then like your 24 bars just seemed to work. You know what I mean? Like
he just played
spur of the moment type of thing. I say it's magic, man. Which you know, it's really what it is. The whole thing. First song we wrote, Lotto. Lotto was the first song we wrote actually. First beat Byron ever played for me. Play. I'm just trying to hit the lotto. Done. You know what I mean? Like, couple other tracks, a lot of other tracks were like that, man. The whole project. So we just kind of tried to stick with that theme. You know what I mean? And even the stuff I wrote like after going home separately with Byron, or like the verses that fit in were all verses that, again, I happened to write in specific moments.
Right.
Just didn't have the beat yet. You know what I mean? And then I heard it and I was like, this is it.
That's going to fit what I need.
Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of wild when you really break down how it all comes together sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what people don't understand. Like there's these things that happen. It's like people are just like, oh, like you must just be like, you know, I mean, we're talented, but it's like, oh, you must be like really talented to be able to create something. Like, no, sometimes like stuff just literally falls into our laps, you know, and we're just like, literally falls in our lap.
Is that chain real? No, I got it for like $90. Man. Like, I wish I had the 15 sacks to, you know, get something real.
Yeah, for real, man.
You know, it's like sometimes, not that it's luck, but it's just the way, the vibe that's in the room at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's where it falls. And, you know, sometimes you just put the right people together.
Trusting in your talents.
Yeah. Again, like 41st Ave, I say it all the time. Like, that was not my bag in that moment, you know? And it challenged me to write you keep too. So much better.
You know, like, I feel like we all keep good company. Like, well, us. You know,
everybody in this room.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Because, like, if I'm struggling and I call Crispy, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, nah, man, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you like you kill it. Yeah, like, nah, man, like you're killing it. You know what I mean? Like, nah, dude. Like, sometimes it's just having those, like, seeing that other people that you believe in you too. You know what I mean? It helps give you that drive. So you definitely got to watch the company you keep. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of us out here, and we're not all great. You know what I mean? There's some shady cats out there. You know what I mean?
Well, we have those conversations in the pod group chat.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, I'll be honest. Like I've had some days I'm like, yo, man, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Like I don't know where this is gonna go. Like I just feel like everything.
Well, at least
like,
twice a week, man.
Like is on a decline. Like you know, like people aren't liking my stuff. People aren't listening. You know, I got 28 streams on my latest release. Like I'm, you know, I was hoping for, you know, at least 100 or something. You know, like because like you again the comparison thing. You see people, oh, my first day, you know, 1,400 streams. You're like, dude, like how do you, you know, and you know you want that, but it's like.
And then you need to put on a different hat, start researching how to get that reach, you know, which is what I've been working on.
Yeah, but then, you know, you take it back. People are like, you know, listen, you're fine. You know, keep going. Or it's like, you know, like I've been looking at, you know, recently, it's like, that's like, again, we've said it before. That's not the room that I need to be in right now. So I need to stop comparing rooms that I don't need to be in and just like let things go. Like I've seen people like, I've asked people for something. And then they're like, not in the moment, but then they go and do it for somebody else. And I'm like, and I'm like, dude, I thought we were cool. And again, maybe I'm looking at it from the wrong lens, but then I'm just like, again, that may not be the room that I need to be in.
Yeah.
And that's why that opportunity isn't happening. Because I do have another opportunity that's in the works that could probably be bigger and more advantageous. And again, I'm looking at the room that may not be.
You'll be put in the rooms you're supposed to be put in.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. You know what I mean? If something doesn't feel right, then you should probably just.
But that's what I got to look at. But that's what I think people need to look at too. It's like, not the comparison, but it's like we always focus on the thing that isn't going right. Meanwhile, a similar thing is going right. But we're like, oh, this isn't happening.
We'll focus on the negative more than the positive.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, this thing isn't happening. But it's like, dude, you, like I said, like I have this opportunity over here that could be really, really, really good. But I'm worried about this smaller opportunity that's
people
not
like
happening.
To call karma.
And I'm like,
Karma's a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. I knew he'd say it.
What he said.
No,
I get you. Yeah.
No, but people do. People like to call karma a bitch. But they tend to forget that karma can actually be one of the nicest people you ever meet as well.
I just need to be patient.
They just don't focus on that.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not any better. I just have the realization that I know that's how it is. Good things do happen too. We just don't pay them enough mind because they don't seem to impact as heavily as negative things do. You know, because you woke up today.
Yeah.
That's a reason to keep going.
Big facts.
But if you're struggling, you might not want to keep going. Why? Because your job sucks? I'm sorry, waking up today is better than the fact that your job sucks.
At least you have a job and you're getting paid.
At least you have a job and you're getting paid. Exactly. You know what I mean? If you don't like your job, there's plenty of work out there. It's just, you know, one of those things, man. Like it's really all about perspective, you know, and it's not easy to keep perspective where it should be.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that is on here too.
Hold on, let me figure this out real quick. Hold up. Nope.
No,
Nope.
No.
But yeah, no. So
We'll get some hand claps for that.
you know,
There we go.
but it's, you know, it's true, man. It's hard to focus on the positives a lot of the time, but it is still there. So it's just really trying to keep that perspective as often as possible, I think.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
whether it's easier for you to do it when there's nothing going wrong, at least that's a start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then maybe when a small thing happens, you'll be like, oh, okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of sucks. Oh, I dropped my takeout food. Damn it. You know what I mean? Instead of like, I dropped my takeout food. Everything's terrible. Yeah,
Right.
no, man, I get it. And it sucks. You know what I mean? But hey, at least you got food in the fridge.
Yeah. No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. It's like,
It was like that video. I think I sent it to you guys, and I know we're getting close to time, but
I don't even know what time it is.
it's like 8:40. And it was
Act like I can read my watch.
it was like a spiritual one.
Yeah.
But it was like the part of it was the guy drops his sandwich and he's like, oh, like what the heck? Like, cause he walked into somebody and then he ends up dropping his sandwich. He's like, oh, what the heck? Oh, I missed lunch, blah, 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 blah. And eventually, like towards the end, like he has a conversation with God, and God's like, he's like, why did you make me drop my sandwich? Like, that was like the last of my money. He's like, I dropped that sandwich because the person that made it was sick and you would have been out for a week and lost your paycheck because you were sick. So he's like, I knocked it out so you wouldn't miss work and you would have money. So it's like sometimes like, so like after watching that video, I was like, yo, like things really do happen for a reason and a purpose. And sometimes I just need to take a step back and just be like when traffic hits, I'm like, yo, Lord, thank you for stopping me, slowing me down from whatever is ahead of me right now, because there's probably something that you're helping me avoid right now. And thank you. So, you know, I'm gonna be a little bit more patient.
People give me a hard time
moment.
because I take long. I don't know. I run on island time. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is, bro.
Yeah, man. That's how we do it over here on the mainland.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is, and like, yeah.
That's how we do it, man.
That's good. But
like, I
like,
lost my train of
no. But the way I see it, like, I'm gonna get wherever I need to be when I'm supposed to be there.
Exactly.
If I'm not supposed to make it, I'm not supposed to make it. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. There's no use forcing anything. You know, it's just like you said, man. You dropped the sandwich because if you would have ate the sandwich, you would have got sick. I mean, I've done things in my life. I've said things in my life that like years later have replayed to me because it's almost like I foreshadowed my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's or I'll do something and I'll think something to myself like, oh, if I do this, is this going to happen? Guess what happens? You know what I mean? Like everything definitely does happen for a reason. You might not always like it.
It's just
In the process.
Your entire day should be like could be shit, not should, but you know could be shit.
Yeah.
And then like you have to step back and say, okay, like what made it that way?
Yeah, like why did today
because
stink?
I simply didn't think of anything positive today. I didn't find
Oh,
or
one
they get
thing.
sleep and
Yeah.
you know, but
I'll
I'm
get mad
thinking
at myself
the
because
word-
I have nothing to do. So, I don't know if that ever happens to anybody else, but I literally will have nothing to do, and I'm like, I hate my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like,
No, I
what?
mean I can always find something to do, but
Yeah.
I get what
Yeah, I get what you're
say
saying.
I'm not doing anything,
I hate
or like,
being bored,
or
so I
say
get what you're saying.
or say I had plans.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then like plans fell through.
Right.
Now I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Per se. Like
You're
I
like, what
wasn't in
can-
the zone to work today or work on something or
Well,
be
you were mentally
creative.
prepared for something else.
Exactly.
And now it's like,
and now I
it's
have
hard to
nothing.
change
And
the
I'm
gears.
like, man, like, well, like actually, Crispy and I were just talking about this. I've kind of been having like an existential crisis. Like, why do I exist? No, I'm gonna be real.
No, it's
not
sorry, I
like
don't mean
not
to
like
laugh. Sorry.
suicidal, nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like it's, but
Just like, why am I here?
Like,
Why am I here, man?
Where we came from and all that.
yeah, like why am I here to just serve tables all day, 5 days a week, and go home, sit down in a rocking chair that I got from J Faith, and like play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or like play Hogwarts Legacy, like, you know what I mean? Whatever, you know, whatever it might be. Yeah, I keep saying Yu-Gi-Oh! I love Yu-Gi-Oh! All right, hate on me for it. What up, Japan? I'm gonna be there someday, man. I'm gonna be performing in Japan, right there, manifesting it. Everything happens for a reason.
It's true though.
But like, you know, it's just like, why am I here? You know what I mean? What is the reason? What is my purpose? I don't know if I'm just hitting that age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm like,
I get you.
what am I doing? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, it's just kind of been, but again, it's just perspective. Like, instead of being like, why am I here? What am I doing? What is my purpose? I should look at it more like, what can I do better today than I did yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Where do I see myself in 5 years?
Yeah.
Don't worry about today.
Yeah.
If you're too worried about the present, maybe think about where you want to go in the future.
Yeah.
Then you have a goal.
And that way you
You
can
know
keep
what I mean?
working on the things
Keep work.
that you know need to improve in like these little areas. To prepare
Then you're like,
yourself
oh,
for it.
okay, so I'm here now. I don't like it. This is where I want to be.
Right.
Yeah.
This helps me get there.
Yeah.
Don't like it, but it helps me get there.
Yeah. Or just the little things like the situations that I've been dealing with my truck. Like the first one, my tire I kept getting a slow leak, and I was like, God, can you just like help me through this situation? I was like, if it costs me a lot, amen. If it doesn't cost me anything, amen. I went to the thing, I dropped it off, $25, plugged it. I'm like, I can take that over buying 4 new tires.
Yeah, right?
And then the situation that we were talking about earlier, my truck was supposedly going to fail inspection because of the parking brake. And I'm like, I've never had to pay for a parking brake before. I don't know how much that's going to cost. But I said, Lord, help me through this situation. If it's going to be a lot, amen. I got the money. I'll figure it out. Whatever. I don't want to spend all that money, but amen. If it works, whatever. Or if it's nothing, amen. I get it back. There's nothing wrong with your truck. Your truck is perfectly fine. So I'm not going to worry about little stuff.
That's that bogus, man.
And I'm like, glory to God, man, for helping me through these financial situations.
like,
because
oh
I was like low key kind of stressing out. I was like, I got to get my car inspected. My tire is on, the air is going flat, whatever. And then now the parking brake. I'm like, oh man,
anything happened to my car right now, I'd be screwed. 110% screwed. And my car is not in the best shape, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's I'm not gonna keep saying freaking incriminating things, so I'm gonna stop my sentence there about my car. But
on that note,
you know what I mean? It's not incriminating. It's just a
It's a little TLC, that's all. We'll leave it at that.
little TLC.
TLC.
Hey, don't go chasing waterfalls, bro.
yeah, we're getting copyrighted again.
Yeah.
Cut it.
Cut it right here. Thank you all for watching. We want to say God
That's the real outro.
Yeah.
bless.
Not for real. No, this has been fun, guys.
Yeah, it's always fun when
it's always fun.
Yacht
chatting
Daddy
up,
Murph comes
chilling.
through.
Yacht Daddy Murph, Michael Murphy the third.
So you got just the album coming up.
Yeah,
people to be on
so
the
new
lookout
single Lotto just dropped January 23rd. Anywhere and everywhere. Album.
Just be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout. End of March is the plan, but
Just be ready.
Oh yeah, they should be, man. They should be. I feel like even Lotto itself, even though it's not the best track on the album, I feel like it's still a banger, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And I hate my music. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I'm having a hard time deciding what my favorite song is on the album, and I've never had that issue before.
I get you.
Yeah, I mean it's there's a lot of really good ones. It was supposed to be 3 songs. It's 15. So
That's fair.
you know what I mean? We're just having too much fun with it. But yeah, end of March on the album. Michael Murphy the third, follow me. Trying to build those numbers back up, starting back from scratch. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm excited though, man. Some other things in the works too, but again, follow me.
That on the hush hush for now.
Stay on the lookout. It's all coming. You know what I mean? So, but I appreciate you guys having me for real.
Yeah, man.
It's been fun. I've been meaning to come back. Yeah, for sure. I'll be back again.
Of course. Maybe for 100. We
Man,
got hundreds coming soon.
Is it really? What is this?
This is 85.
Yeah, we got like 15 more episodes.
Holy moly,
15
man!
more.
I feel like 50 was like not
Years
long ago.
ago.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
yeah. I feel like it wasn't that long ago, man.
Shit was last summer, bro.
Yeah, literally.
Yo, you've been busy.
We've been busy.
Well, yeah. Oh man, all right.
Since 50, up until so Christmas was a little wonky. We had people cancel, we were sick.
It was the holidays and
Whatever,
stuff.
holidays, so we didn't drop a couple episodes, but up until December, it was straight out.
That's
bro.
crazy, man. See, I'm bad, bro. Styles P even put out a post. And he said, yo, when it comes to this social media stuff, I'm terrible with support.
Yeah.
And it's actually funny that he's one of my biggest influences because I am as well. But he also put in real life support, I'm there for it 100%.
Yes.
Same. I always throw the podcast name out there. Everybody knows there's a Right Mind podcast.
Right.
Everybody knows where I was coming tonight. You know what I mean? That's how it is, how it goes. But I don't stay up to date with nothing, man.
No,
I'm like, here's my post. It took me 3 hours to write this paragraph. Please like or comment or share.
And I'm out.
For the love of God.
Yeah,
Share it, please.
Sometimes I'll see the
Save
first
it.
couple posts. I'll scroll and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
You know,
I'm the same way. I'm the
so,
same way.
But it's all love for sure, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm glad to see you still going strong with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Things are
man.
going good.
Make changes, but it's good changes.
Yeah,
Hey, everything happens for a reason.
Oh, it does.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? We just talked about it.
No, it does.
It's going to be a beautiful thing at the end of this cocoon that you're living in right now. You know what I mean?
Big facts.
You know,
When you
you-
put your
Big
full
facts.
trust in God,
Anything's possible, man.
absolutely. He has a
Anything is
plan for
possible.
you. He puts you in the right places. He makes you experience things because he wants
Whoever
you to get
God
to that
may
next
be
level. He
for
wants
you.
you to learn. So
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's the,
anything's possible.
all inclusive over here at the Right Mind Wednesday podcast. You know?
We are. We don't judge nobody.
No, I know. Yeah,
need to do
I
that.
ain't go to law school, bro. I ain't got no gavel, no robe, so
Amen.
I ain't got no right to
Word.
judge nobody out loud. I'm just playing.
In my head, I am trashing you like crazy.
just messing
Hang
with y'all.
tight,
I'm just
bro.
messing with y'all.
Hang tight,
You know,
bro.
like to have a good time, man. That's
Yeah.
what it's about. So
I appreciate having you back, man.
yeah,
Good to see you.
I'll let y'all roll out. I don't do the professional thing. That's all I need.
right,
Yeah, let's get out of here. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to MOCG. Shout out to all of y'all for tuning in and supporting us through this whole process. God bless everybody one last time. But until next time, my name is Jay Faith.
My name is Life.
And we got,
Michael Murphy the third.
and of
we
course,
got-
as always, Krispy Pics doing his thing.
Your name's A.
Thumbs up. Hit him with
And
the
this
fives, bro.
is the Right Mind Wednesdays podcast. Maybe it'll get us. We'll catch y'all next time. What's up?